everybody. Hope you're doing well today, and if you're back, welcome back to the channel. Um, if you're new here, just break down spiritual concepts, messages, talk about astrology a lot, but please bear with me too. I forgot my microphone today, so but I want to talk about artificial intelligence and kind of age of Aquarius and where we're heading as it pertains to artificial intelligence. In the past, I really saw it emerge kind of about going on 3 years ago, but I would say in the past year, 6 months to a year, it's really accelerated with Chat GPT and all the other like AI apps that you can use. That's the one I have used. So I do want to make it clear I'm not against artificial intelligence, but as with anything else in this universe, because we live in a universe of duality, there's, the highest form of it that can be expressed, and then there's the shadow side. And so I fully believe there's going to be amazing things that AI is going to be used for. Probably just lots of things that we aren't even aware of yet. But I want to talk about kind of the dangers today. And it's, again, not to create like a sense of fear. It's more just to bring a sense of awareness. And, just in 3 years' time, when it first came out, and I remember when I was kind of messing around with, it was Mid-Journey, just kind of playing around with the Mid-Journey AI, and I just remember how in like some of the very first videos that were made, it couldn't do human hands at all, and it's far surpassed that. And now there's just a lot of videos out there that are mimicking people, using people's likeness, and it can mimic their voices. And for right now, usually you can tell with the eyes and with the voice still has this cadence of kind of this robotic cadence. So for now, we're at a point where we can kind of tell the difference, but there are people that are being tricked, unfortunately, and there's people that are having grave consequences from that. But for the most part, I think the average person can still tell the difference between what's real and what's not. But we're going to get to a point, and I think it's in the very near future, where it's going to be harder and harder to tell the difference between what is real and what is not. And I think that's going to be a big feature of the age of Aquarius. And it's a little ironic because we're moving out of the age of Pisces, which Pisces rules like illusions and delusions, that sort of thing, which there definitely was a lot of that during the age of Pisces. We were deceived by the former controllers in a lot of ways, and our ancestors that lived during the age of Pisces. But I think that's also kind of, at the same time, what makes the age of Aquarius different is it's all about truth and finding authenticity and truth in life, and kind of humanity moving forward truth is going to be key and crucial. And another side note, Saturn, one of the rulers of Aquarius, is exalted in Pisces. That's how I treat it. And so there is still kind of this element of, again, the shadow expression of illusions and delusions that we have to be careful of. And so basically what's going to matter the most So like anybody who is only relying kind of on the left brain sort of masculine side of operating, so just using like relying on logic and your five senses only, those are the people that are going to really struggle with telling what's real and what's not, because logic and pointing out inconsistencies that AIs can't get right, that's all fine and dandy, but it's going to keep perfecting in itself. And like I said, it's going to get to a point where there won't be an option. You have to be able to have a good, strong sense of your inner knowing, your intuition, your feminine. You got to have that balance of the masculine and feminine integration, and that's also a huge theme too for the age of Aquarius, is integrating our masculine and feminine sides, no matter whether you're male or female, no matter how you identify. We have to have those integrated moving forward to be the best versions of ourselves, because you can't just, and everybody has different levels of masculine and feminine within them, their like personality and their kind of their energetic makeup, but we all have masculine and feminine energy regardless, so your balance is going to look unique to you. But the point is we have to hone our intuition like a weapon moving forward into the age of Aquarius and with AI. And another thing, I was listening to a discussion about AI, and this particular gentleman was saying how we need to stop calling it AI. We actually need to call it TI, or technological intelligence, because that's part of the deception to get us to kind of maybe not think of it as much of a threat, like it sort of feeds into the delusion that it's artificial and not to take it seriously, but it is an intelligence. But it doesn't have, necessarily a soul or emotions, at least as of yet. That's what sets us apart. I'm not an expert, like maybe, I grew up watching Star Trek and Next Generation, and Data, the character, definitely seems and is portrayed as he's more than just a machine. So maybe that is a potential for technological intelligence, but who knows. But yeah, so getting back to the weapon metaphor, like we need to hone our intuition like a weapon. And funny enough, I grew up religious, but I'm not religious at all. I'm 100% spiritual person, but I'm getting kind of an old school, church reference, which is, and it's a biblical reference technically, the sword of the Spirit. But of course, I'm not coming at it from a biblical perspective. But the sword of the Spirit, that metaphor can still be used and applied, but we're using the spirit of the true Creator and our divine connection, which our intuition is also a part of. We're inherently divine. We're a piece of the divine, and so we want to hone that intuition like the sword of the Spirit. And I also was getting, to tie in with the sword theme, I was getting the Two of Swords tarot card as a message to tie in with this overall message, or I should say symbol, I guess, to tie in with this overall message. And when I read cards, I read intuitively, so I don't necessarily read traditional tarot, but that was what I was getting in meditation last night. And the Two of Swords traditional tarot card has a woman that's blindfolded, and she's got the two swords crossed. And then when I looked up just some of the traditional meanings, it's like indecision, having to make two choices, you know, kind of, or you have like several choices before you. And to me, that's representing like how AI is gonna it can show you all these different. There's gonna be so many different versions of reality, what we might think is reality. And her being blindfolded to me is symbolizing that, again, we can't use our eyes or our five senses to determine what is real and what's not. And the swords, again, are kind of representing that sword of the spirit. We got to cut through all the BS, what is fake and not real, through honing our intuition again. We can't use our physical senses. We won't be able to just rely on our physical senses. We'll have to rely on our God-given, divinely given intuition and use it as our sword to cut through what is, you know, fake. And then lastly, on the way here to record, I have a favorite spot I like to come to make my videos, and on the way here I heard Prince's song Purple Rain pop in my head. And it's not so much the lyrics of the song, but I feel like it's more about the title, Purple. Excuse me. Oh, I guess that's a confirmation verb. Purple resonates with the third eye, which is our spiritual sight, and a form of how we can use our intuition to see what is true and what is not. And so I feel like Purple Rain, that's what it's referencing, what Spirit is referencing with the time with this message. So, you know, you want all your chakras flowing and whatnot, but the third eye is going to really become important too. We got to have spiritual sight moving forward to be able to cut through all the bullshit, you know, all the fakeness. And also it's really crucial to be able to, because people could rely on like AI to like imagine new realities for themselves, because I feel like that's what the third eye too is about, is seeing what can be, what could be, you know, alternate new realities that are based in with our imagination and our perceptions. And so again, we don't want to rely too heavily on AI to imagine things for us, you know. It can be used as a tool, but we should never rely on it fully. So think about that about sums up this message. And please feel free to comment, and if you have any questions, leave those below. And yeah, I hope this message came across clearly, and hope it resonates. And please like, share, and subscribe. It really helps my channel grow. And yeah, let's just stay strong and grounded. Being grounded is really important too at this time. So get out and walk on the beach, walk in the grass, connect to earth. Epsom salt baths can help ground you. Just find ways to ground, which will help you to stay connected to reality and what is real as well and true, and to your inner knowing. Yeah, just keep honing that sword of spirit, that intuition, that spiritual sight. And yeah, I will see you in the next video. So take care.